Okay, so you've been up till 3 a.m. Googling how to start a virtual assistant business, and it's a lot. So I thought I'd come at you today with a full comprehensive plan of what you need to do to get started as a virtual assistant. I think you're gonna love this. If you haven't met me, my name is Abby Ashley. I am the founder of The Virtual Savvy, and what we do at The Virtual Savvy is teach people how to launch, grow, and scale their own at-home businesses from scratch. We have a community of over 80,000 savvies. I will link to it below. It's an amazing community. You should definitely come and join us. And hey, if you like content on how to work from home, creatively carve your own path, how to freelance, how to get clients and start making money in your pajamas, you should definitely subscribe to my channel. You can click the bell also to be notified every time I release new content or go live, which we do just about every week. So we always try to think of like a fun, cute intro for all of these videos, and my team wrote this really awesome Destiny's Child remix. And I'm not a good singer and I didn't memorize the song, but you guys want to hear it? Everybody's clicking off the video now. Okay. Ready? Here we go. Now that I work from home, life is so much better. You thought that I'd give up without you. I found savvies. You thought that I'd be broke without you. I got clients. You thought that I'd be sad without you. I'm so happy. I'm a VA now. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. Guys, I started out just like you. I was broke, living in a basement apartment, trying to figure out how to make money working from home. I was able to replace my full-time income, scale to those 10K months, find clients fast, and guess what? Our students are doing the same thing. So these systems I'm about to teach you absolutely work. Take a look at some of these client wins. I love seeing our students celebrate on a daily basis some of the wins that they're getting inside of their businesses. These are people who are being bold. They are starting their businesses. They are getting clients. They're selling out their services. They're getting $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 contracts. They are creatively carving their own path. And I want the exact same thing for you. So here is the starter plan. Let's get right into it. If you want a PDF version of what I'm gonna be talking to you about, you can go to thevirtualsavvy.com/checklist. All right, so what exactly do you need to do to start a virtual assistant business? We're gonna go step by step. So step number one is you need to choose the services that you're going to offer as a virtual assistant. So choose services, okay? So what kind of services can you offer as a virtual assistant? Well, there are a ton of different services. A virtual assistant might specialize in something administrative, creative, or technical. Most of us start off just as general VAs, and that's awesome. In fact, I have an entire video right here, right there. I have an entire video that outlines what a general VA can do, but I'll give you a brief overview here. This can be anything from answering customer service emails, to doing simple social media scheduling, to doing data entry, to paying invoices, to sending invoices, right? Anything that an assistant could do inside of an office that you could also do remotely could be done as a general virtual assistant, okay? So choose the services that you're gonna offer. Maybe you already have a high-end service, or maybe you're wanting to learn a high-end service, like building Squarespace websites, or becoming a Pinterest manager, becoming an Instagram manager, doing podcast editing or YouTube management, right? There's so many different high-end services that you can eventually add on, but don't feel bad about starting off as general admin. Sometimes we really underestimate the value of general admin services. So choose your services. What skills do you already have? Let's start with that, and then we can build upon it, okay? If you know what services you're gonna offer in your virtual assistant business, go ahead and click right here. Let me show you really quickly. Here are some of the common services offered by general virtual assistants. Go ahead and see which ones of these could really apply to you, could you offer in your business. And then here's a list of some high-end specialized services, right? It's okay if you don't know these. None of us started out knowing these, but you can look at the list and decide, man, could I eventually niche down and offer one of these more high-end services? Okay, step number two, you're going to want to choose your rate and define packages. So what should your rate be, right? That is a difficult question that we get asked all the time. What should my virtual assistant rate be? So It's up to you to decide 100%. You get to choose what you want your hourly rate to be. And even if you're doing these high-end packages, let's say you're doing a website for $5,000 and you know that it takes you 100 hours to complete this really amazing website, then your rate's $50 an hour. Whether you put that on your website or whether you're just, hey, my website's $5,000. All of us at the end of the day have an hourly rate, right? So you need to decide how much is your work worth, okay? So I can't tell you what to start your hourly rate as, but for most of the students that we train, if they're doing general admin skills, they're starting off at $20, $25, maybe $30 an hour, right? And once they have some more experience, or maybe they come in with a lot of like executive admin experience, they'll go ahead and do $30, $35, even $40 an hour, right? And as you become more specialized, as you add on some of those high-end services that we talked about earlier, as you add those on, then you're going to be able to continue to raise your rate. A specialist will be $50 to $60, maybe $75 an hour. And then as you become an expert, $75 an hour and up. Really, the sky is the limit. And what happens when you grow that kind of a business and you're actually able to raise your rate by that much, then you can grow a team, right? And you can start paying other people to help you with the work, and then your income potential is literally uncapped. So I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but choosing your rate is so, so important. So choose your hourly rate. What is it gonna look like in order for you to work with clients? What hourly rate would you like to be making? Another good way to do this is to figure out how much you want to make per month. So you can start out with how much money you want to make. So for instance, if you wanted to make $3,000 a month, right? And you have 30 hours, you can do this almost full time. You're like, okay, mornings, evenings, yes. I work part-time or whatever, I can do this 30 hours a week. That'd be about 120 hours a month, right? That you're working. So $3,000 for the month divided by those 120 hours for the month means that your rate would be starting out at about $25 an hour, okay? So you can do that way as well. Go backwards from the amount that you want to make. And if you see, oh, my hourly rate is too high, consider if you could add more hours or if you could learn a high-end skill in order to add to your packages, okay? All right, so speaking of packages, let's take a look at a few packages so you can get an idea of the types of packages that general virtual assistants offer. All right, let's take a look at some different package examples. So if you have your hourly rate, yours might not be $55 an hour, and that's okay. Then I recommend having 3 types of packages, right? Like a basic, a medium, and then a big old package that you're like, oh, that'd be amazing if somebody got that biggest package, right? And so you can see Sophia here from the Virtual Pixie, she breaks apart into 20-hour, 30-hour, or 40 hours for the month packages. So if a business owner were to do that 40-hour a month package, that means that they would have about 10 hours a week of Sophia's assistance, okay? I hope that this makes sense. So then what happens is that these small business owners are now just going to be billed on a monthly basis, that monthly reoccurring amount. And I recommend doing kind of a use it or lose it, right? If they don't use those 40 hours for the month, then it does not roll over to the next month. So hopefully this example is helpful. Let's look at one more. You can see that Lynette here started her rates out at $40 an hour, and she lists out all the different services that she can do. So customer focus, information focus, organization focus. So someone will pick a track. Then she doesn't list her packages right on her website. It's up to you if you want to do that or not, but she has packages beginning at $40 an hour in 20, 30, and 40-hour packages, okay? So these are some examples of how you can price even your general admin services. All right, so we've decided on our services, we've chosen our hourly rates, we've taken a look at some packages, and hopefully you're getting ideas for your own package. So step number 3, we are going to name and brand your business. All right, so choosing a business name. Guys, believe it or not, this is one of the top places that people get stuck when starting their business. And it always gets me so frustrated because I'm like, no, you just started getting to the good part, right? So when it comes to actually choosing your business name, there's a couple things to consider. One, you could do some really great, cutesy, creative name, like the sharpened pencil, or okay, that's not cute or creative, but like you could come up with some, really fancy name, but at the end of the day, it's way more important that you just get out there. So one of the things we say here at the Virtual Savvy is action over perfection, okay? You can always choose your business name later, right? If you're gonna order business cards, don't order 5,000, 10,000 business cards, right? All this like swag and gear and hats and shirts. If you're unsure of your business name, order like 50 business cards, and then if you change it a week later, it's totally fine, right? So that's what I recommend when it comes to choosing your business name. Just choose something really quick. Guys, I was able to make $10,000 a month, and you wanna know what my amazing creative business name was? Ashley Assistants. That was it. My last name's Ashley. Ashley Assistants was the name of my super creative business. So if you want to think of something really cute and creative, you can do that. Make sure that the name isn't trademarked already. You probably don't need to worry about trademarking your name in the very beginning. You can make that decision on your own. However, you will want to check and make sure that it's not already trademarked. You can go to trademarkia.com in order to see if the name is trademarked. But what I would recommend, guys, is give yourself a deadline, because like I said, this is the area that people get so stuck on. So if today's Monday, say Friday by noon, I am going to decide on my business name, and whatever I have, whatever my best decision is at that point, I'm just gonna go with it, okay? Set yourself a deadline, get some accountability. Don't let yourself get stuck on this step. Believe it or not, it's harder than you think it is. Do you already have a business name? Let me know in the comments what your business name is. All right, so we're not just naming our business, we are also branding our business. Again, guys, this doesn't have to be difficult. You can go to canva.com and look at some of the pre-made logos they have on their website. Also, you can go to etsy.com, and literally people have beautiful logos. If you type in pink logo or gold logo, sometimes you can buy a logo for $8, $10, $20. Will it be the most custom logo? No, but at the end of the day, right? Action over perfection. We're trying to get started here. So get a logo for your business. Choose a couple brand colors. Again, if I want pink and gold to be my colors, then a lot of times I will get inspiration by other people's branding boards. I'll go to Pinterest, right? And I'll type in pink and gold branding board, and I'll start looking at examples. Now, please don't just copy other people's brands. Please don't, but start getting inspiration and choosing the colors that you want for your business, okay? Again, your name, your logo, your colors, it's one of the things that we can get so frustrated and stuck on. If that is you, guys, this may be one of the things that is worthwhile to make an investment, right? It might be worthwhile to hire somebody to do a simple brand board for you. Just tell them a few colors, tell them what your business name is, and then they can go and take it from there, because I don't want you getting stuck in this area, okay? Promise me, say, I won't get stuck here. I won't get stuck here. Yes, okay. All right, step number 4, you want to block out your time, okay? Another reason I see some businesses fail and some businesses succeed is because they've actually just taken the time to dedicate their calendar to succeeding, okay? So I recommend, if you don't already, guys, time block your calendar. I have an entire video on time blocking. You can check it out, but you want to make sure that you have enough time to commit to your business. If you're thinking that you can start a virtual assistant business in like 5 hours a week, you're probably gonna need a little bit more than that, right? To get started. So it might mean at certain times that you're making sacrifices, right? You're waking up a little bit earlier, working on your lunch break, staying up a little bit later. You're asking a friend, hey, I'll watch your kids on Tuesday night if you watch my kids on Thursday night, right? There might be some compromises, and more than that, guys, let me just say it, you might have to ask for help. It's one of the hardest things for us to do. I know it's so hard for me. I hate asking anybody for anything, but if you can ask for help in your business as you're trying to grow this amazing, thriving thing, guys, it'll be so worth it. So accept help when people give it to you, ask for help when you need it, try to do those babysitting swaps, try to wake up earlier, try to get on a good schedule so you are actually making the time. You're not gonna find the time, you're gonna have to make the time in order to make this business work. All right, is this helpful so far? Let me know in the comments if you've learned something already. I wanna know what it is that you've taken away from this video so far. All right, here we go. We are making some forward progress. So step number 5 is to decide on your processes, okay? So what does this mean? In order to start your business, you're gonna have to know what's gonna happen when somebody says yes, okay? That's the goal here, right? You want somebody to actually, when you present your business to them, when you say, hey, here are my services, here are my rates, here is my pricing, here's all the things, you want them to say, yes, what are my next steps? So you gotta be able to answer that question, okay? So walk through it. What is it actually going to look like when a client says yes? You're going to want to know how you're going to invoice them. You're going to want to have your legality set up, which we'll talk about here in a second. You're gonna have to know how you're going to onboard them. You're going to have to know how you're gonna communicate them on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Are you gonna send them reports, right? What's it gonna look like? Do you have a bank account set up up to actually send the money to once it's all said and done. So you're gonna wanna set up the contract, set up the invoicing, set all of that up, okay? Some of our favorite tools for doing that are Dubsado and Honeybook. They're super, super user-friendly. They're really easy to help you get all of this set up in a concise way. All right, step number 6, and guys, I cannot stress this enough. It is to get legal, okay? But even though I'm not a lawyer, I can stress to you the importance of making sure that your business is legal. So what does that mean? Well, we've already made sure that we're not infringing on trademarks, right? We are going to have a contract. Ooh, did you hear me? You're going to have a contract. Every time you work with a client, make sure that they are signing a contract. If you don't have a contract, we have one at thevirtualsavvy.com/store. It's called the VA Toolbox. It comes not only with a contract that was made specifically for virtual assistants, but it was made by a lawyer who actually specializes in online business. She goes through and walks through the contract via video, and you're going to actually understand the contract. So if somebody wants you to change parts of it, you actually know what your contract says, right? So that's something that I would recommend, is go through and actually get a good contract. Make sure you're signing a contract with every single client. In the same vein, you have to make sure that you are meeting all your state and local requirements. What does that mean? I can't come on here and say, hey, you need the specific business license for the county that you live in. I obviously can't know that for every single county in the United States and elsewhere. So you're gonna wanna make sure to check out your state and local regulations. The best way to do that, if you do live in the United States, is simply to go to score.org. Score.org is an amazing resource. Now, they're not gonna know how to teach you how to start a virtual assistant business. They might not even know what a virtual assistant is. Just say, like, I'm an online freelancer, okay? When you talk to them, I'm just starting an online freelance services business, because they might not know what a VA is, but they are gonna be able to tell you if you connect with a SCORE advisor that is in your local area. They're gonna be able to instruct you if there are special certifications or licenses or anything special that you need to know in order to work out of a home office where you live. So just take that into consideration whenever you are getting legal, is to check out score.org. It's a free resource. So we know I like free. So check out that resource when you're getting your business legal, okay? All right, we have made it to step number 7. You are going to set some goals. You've got to know the destination that you are actually trying to reach. So what is it that you want to do? Do you want to make $5,000 a month, $3,000 a month? Do you want to retire your husband? Do you want to pay off your debt? What are your goals, and what is the step-by-step path that you're going to take to get there? We have a free resource. You don't even have to put in your email. You can go to thevirtualsavvy.com/goals. Here's a PDF document that you can use to map out your goals over the next 12 months. I actually recommend starting with month number 12. Where would you like to be 1 year from now? If you were to start your business today, 1 year from now, what would your life look like? How much money would you be making? What are the big goals? What would be happening in your life? Go ahead and start there and work your way backwards. Okay, based off of that, if I want to be making $5,000 a month a year from now, or $10,000 a month a year from now, what does that need to look like? And base your goals off of that 1 year projection. All right, guys, we have made it to the final step. It is absolutely my favorite step, and that is, guys, it is time to get clients. Woo! Yes. Okay. So again, this is one of the areas, if you've made it through all of this, do not give up, because you are so freaking close. It is time to go out and start getting clients. There are so many different ways to get clients. There's local networking, there's sharing with your friends and family. You can get really active on platforms like Facebook groups or LinkedIn. There's using sites like Hello Savvy, which is an awesome freelancer marketplace that lists job opportunities. But at the end of the day, guys, you have to have the confidence to get out there and just start telling people about your business. This is the point where, more than anything else, fear is going to start creeping in. So I challenge you, face your fear. It is so, so, so worth it. It's time to get out there. It's time to get serious. It's time to start telling people about your business. I actually have a free webinar training. It's a 60-minute training. So I know this training has already been pretty lengthy. So go ahead, bookmark this, do it on your own time. But go to thevirtualsavvy.com/BBO right here. It's my free 60-minute training where I teach you how to become a booked out virtual assistant. We're gonna go over marketing. I'm gonna share with you some of my best tips and tools for getting clients. Now that you have all of this set up, right? You're gonna wanna watch that training. It is my step-by-step system. You can watch it even before you have all of this, right? If you're like, ah, Abby, I'm scared about the marketing, just go watch the training. It's really, really good. We literally have people who have gotten their first client just from watching this free training. So you're gonna wanna go check it out. All right, guys, that is it for me today. I hope that this has been helpful for you. You're going to want to follow these 8 steps if you're ready to launch your virtual assistant business. And if you want a step-by-step PDF document of these steps, you can go to thevirtualsavvy.com/checklist. Thanks so much again, guys. I'll see you in the next video. You thought I couldn't grow without you. Now I'm scaling. Thought that I'd be helpless without you, but I'm thriving. You thought that I'd be stressed without you. I've got ClickUp. You thought I wouldn't sell without you. I'm 6 figures. I'm a VA now. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a VA now. I'm gonna make it. I show my value. Keep on scaling. Whoa.